So I survived the first day of CDL class. Yay! I am learning how to drive on a manual. That way I could drive any truck. And most trucks are manual. With my company, most of them are automatic. They're newer, nicer. Apparently, a lot of people like automatics. Right now, I prefer an automatic truck. I have to learn how to shift. Today, we worked on that. There is a thing called double clutching. If you've driven a stick shift in a car, you've never double clutched. Like, I don't care what you think, it's never happened. You don't double clutch a car. What double clutching is you start in neutral and then you go to the position that you want to go. So you go to neutral and then you press the clutch in, go to first. If you have to go to second, you push the clutch in from first, go down to neutral, not to second gear, and then you push in the clutch again to get to second. So double clutching, pretty self-explanatory. You press the clutch in twice to get to the gear that you want because the transmission doesn't automatically adjust like it does in cars. Another thing that I learned today was straight backing. I have never driven a manual car, so the stick shift is really hard for me. I earned the nickname Killer Clutch because I stalled out the truck twice and I let off the clutch too hard, so like too fast. So they say that I'm deadly because I let the clutch off too fast and I jolted backwards. So that was fun. Another thing that I'm learning is the pre-trip. Basically, with every truck, at the beginning of the day, DOT states that you have to pre-trip your truck. In order to do a proper inspection, you have to learn how to do the proper inspection, and the proper inspection is what you have to do to gain your CDL. You have to learn compartments of the engine, such as the coolant, like where the coolant area is, the water pump, the oil reservoir, the air compressor, power steering reservoir, power steering pump, power steering hoses, the alternator, power steering gearbox, and the steering linkage area, all the different parts of the suspension, and then different parts of the brakes, what they all do. And then you have to check the tires, make sure that all the tires on the entire truck are in proper order. Then you go inside and you check everything inside, such as the dash, the seatbelt, the windshield, the mirrors, how much steering play you have. If the horns work properly, then you have to check the brakes inside, like if they work properly, if the springs engage at a proper time, if the governor cut in and cut out work properly, which if you've taken a CDL written exam to get your permit, you would know about air brakes, like the general knowledge of air brakes. The service brake, you have to make sure that the service brake works, the trailer brake works, and the tractor brake works. Tractor is just another word for truck. You have to check your steer tires, which are your front tires on your tractor, your drive tires, which are the back tires of the tractor, and then your tandems, which are the trailer tires. You have to check your emergency equipment, your permits. You have to check the catwalk area, which I remember that it's called a catwalk because of models. Like, who doesn't want models walking on their truck, right? You have to check the brakes on the trailer. and the drive tires. You have to check the fifth wheel, which is the little plate that connects two trailers. Let's see, you have to check all of your lights, all of your reflector tape, the rear of the trailer, make sure that the doors aren't damaged or missing, that they're properly sealed, all of that. And then you walk to the other side, and if there's anything different on the other side, you have to mention that there's different. Like on the trucks that I'm working on, we have to say, I finished the inspection, but, or I will check this side the same as I checked the other side, with 3 exceptions. And it's the trailer blinker light on the passenger side, and then the bolt that goes into the fifth wheel, which I'm not really sure what that's called. I gotta find out. And then you also have to say that you're gonna check the exhaust, because that's the last exception, and you have to make sure that it's not crack damaged or has any oxidization on it. And then you finish your inspection, and then that's it for the pre-trip. Let's see, so backing, pre-trip, shifting, so that's what I learned in the first day. Got the nickname Killer Clutch, which, nice. I was very frustrated. I cried in a truck when I was trying to back, just because I didn't know what I was doing, and typically I'm a very fast learner, and they give me something to learn and then they make me try and learn something else, which is frustrating for me, because I typically, when I do something, like I work on a task until I'm finished, and if I don't finish it, then I either forget about it or it's hard to go back to. So like I did the pre-trip like 5 times, and then they had me do air brakes like 5 times, and then they wanted me to do shifting, and I only did shifting twice, and then they had me do straight backing, which I did twice, and then it was time to go home. I had a 9-hour day, so I was out in the heat for 9 hours. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be super hot. It got up to 109 degrees, and it wasn't so bad. And most of the time I spent literally outside. Like, I wasn't really in the truck in the air conditioning at all. But it wasn't bad. I'm frustrated because it's not really one-on-one with the instructors. The instructors weren't really teaching me today. Like, they told me how to do stuff one time, and then that was it. It was work on your own, and talk to your peers about stuff. And I was just like, I'm really weary about learning from peers, because some people act like they know what they're talking about and they really don't. And it's kind of hard to be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, when I don't know what I'm talking about. I wasn't the only girl this time. There was this chick named Beth. She's short and kind of big. She looks like a trucker woman, like, not gonna lie, really short hair and everything. But she was really nice. I kind of forced her to take me under her wing. Then there was this guy that I made friends with, and he's from Vegas. He's pretty nice. It was nice talking to him. He was the first person that I talked to, because he kind of forced me to talk to him. But it was nice. I'm glad that I got to talk to him. He made me loosen up and not be so shy, because originally I was like, whatever, I came here to work, I don't want to socialize, I don't want to talk to anybody. But it's kind of hard to work with stuff when you have to work as a team if you're not willing to talk to anybody. So me being shy is probably one of the worst things to be as a trucker, because you have to talk to people. Like, I have to get out of my bubble and talk to people a lot more than I'm okay with. basically this whole experience has shown me a lot of my weaknesses and a lot of things that I need to fix. So that's, it's kind of eye-opening. Basically, I need to open up more, be more outgoing, and I need to talk more for sure, and not be so frustrated when I don't know how to do stuff. But this whole experience, I am so out of my comfort zone. It's ridiculous. Like, I have to be alone all the time, which I'm not okay with. I have to learn a bunch of new stuff, and I can't learn it how I want to. I can't spend as much time as I want to spend on it. I can't perfect it. But for the pre-trip, I have to learn it by Sunday. So it has to be 100%, or Thursday. So it has to be 100% by Thursday. Otherwise, I have to redo the pre-trip inspection. And then we're going to be working more on driving. And we're supposed to test out next week. So Friday next week, I should have my CDL, I think. For sure, Wednesday, week 3. But I'm hoping Friday, because then that means that I could just go home, hang out with my kid, get my trainer, and just freaking be in a truck. Like, even though I'm dreading having a trainer, it's something everybody has to do. And I mean, if I've already been able to deal with this much uncomfortability, like, another month being uncomfortable isn't going to hurt. Like, but being a trucker is not for weaklings. Like, I thought it was something really easy. It's not. Like, going through everything isn't easy. It's, once you're in your own truck, it's kind of easy, but you still have so much that you have to think about. Like, you have to constantly be looking in your mirrors, making sure that your trailer is where it's supposed to be, not hitting other cars, not hitting curbs, not hitting lights, not hitting low-hanging electrical wires and stuff. You also have to be looking in front of you at the same time, making sure that you're not too close to somebody. You have to be checking the sides of you, making sure that there's no weird people like trying to cut you off or run underneath your trailer. Like, they have wind skirts to prevent that, but people try stupid stuff all the time. So, like, there's a lot to it. It's mentally exhausting, and like, I'm just at the beginning and I'm already exhausted. Like, I'm so exhausted and so scared and nervous. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day. I might post a video more about the pre-trip, just so you guys can kind of understand what's going on. Yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. I'll keep you guys updated. Bye.